This is a photo taken in April of 2018. In the spirit of Thai New Year's, locals and foreigners splash water on each other to kill the heat as part of the celebration. In countries like Thailand, access to water is just as simple as turning on the tap. What if we're thirsty? We walk to the nearest convenience store and buy a bottle of water for just 22 cents. At the same time, this is happening. In Africa alone, 16 million people in water-stressed communities walk an average of 6 kilometers just to get clean water. And with the burden of transporting water, some people have to decide whether to use water for cooking or for bathing. Water scarcity is a global issue. A staggering 844 million people live without access to clean water. But not having access to clean water doesn't always mean you're deprived of it. There are a number of areas throughout the world that deals with water scarcity because they lack the efficient means to get to the water they already have. This photo shows an Indian woman along with her son walking a distance of 120 kilometers to get water from the community tube well. As you can see, there is so much she can carry per one trip. This emphasizes that many developing countries in the world are not water deficient, but they are more infrastructure and technology deficient. In sub-Saharan Africa, groundwater tends to be available 20 meters below the surface, but many areas still fail to access it. The irony is that Africa has abundant fresh water, large lakes, big rivers, wetlands, and widespread groundwater, but only 4% of the continent's available fresh water is currently being used. How about areas with government support? Although the government was able to supply 95% of India's rural area with water supply system, most of them are no longer functioning due to the local lack of knowledge. Only 16% of India's 325 million population have access to functioning water systems. For water supply that made it to India's villages, poor pipe system leads to water leakage, and bad water transportation system through India's National Rural Water Program continues to contaminate the water with traces of arsenic. This again restores the same cycle of life where people have to scavenge for clean water. We must begin to ask ourselves, if clean water is available, is there a more efficient way to transport water to the people in need? We must think of innovative ways to improve water systems, as well as portable water innovations that allow the water-stressed communities to spend less time in collection of water. If we are able to find a better solution to this issue, the reality is that the impact runs much deeper than this. We can also cause a chain reaction that will lead to improvements in poverty and economic growth. Let's explore the impacts that it will have. UNICEF stated that the 200 million hours women and girls spend every day collecting water is a colossal waste of their valuable time. The UN estimated that Africa loses 40 billion potential work hours per year collecting water. If less time is spent collecting water, people can allocate their time into finding jobs, leading to a reduction in poverty. Time spent gathering water around the world translates to $24 billion in lost economic benefits each year, which cause over 100 million families to be stuck in the cycle of poverty. This number clearly shows that we must find a solution to this issue at an instant. Education will improve as well. 443 million school days are lost each year due to the water crisis. Children are just barely surviving through these difficult times. Water collection takes time away from their education and sometimes even prevent them from attending school altogether. Furthermore, waterborne diseases kill more children under the age of 5 than malaria, measles, and AIDS combined. Hygiene-related health issues appear to be directly affected on how far the water source is from the household. Therefore, we should aspire to shorten this distance as well. But there is a reason to be hopeful. Every dollar invested in the water issue results in $8 of increased economic activity. On the topics of innovation, I would like to show and inspire you with some of the efforts taken to contribute to a solution to this problem. This is a Hippo roller. This simple innovation allows faster water collection and carries 5 times more water than the traditional methods. Unfortunately, it is not an option for many areas due to the uneven terrain, so this method relieves the problem, but it doesn't provide a permanent solution. Another innovation is water sears. It uses surrounding environment to extract water from the atmosphere. Water then flows down to the lower chamber, and it can be extracted with a simple pump and hose. In ideal conditions, it can collect 37 liters of water a day, but the volume still fails to answer the high demands of the population. I believe that water transportation and collection issues haven't been highlighted enough, and much more effort is needed for a solution. Not enough investment has been made to address this issue, and problems can heighten over time due to increasing number of people predicted to live in water-stressed areas. So what kind of efforts can be made? More developed countries with higher level of technological advancement can contribute by sharing their knowledge and technology with developing countries. Furthermore, new innovations and technological advancement efforts must be made in improving water transportation. In conclusion, reduction of time spent collecting water can immensely improve the quality of life. It will improve tangible health, present economic benefits, and improve poverty. The rate of return on spending on this issue can exceed other public investment such as infrastructure, transport, health, and education. I would like to leave you with one more thought. Clean water and access to food are some of the simplest things that we can take for granted every day. In places like Africa, these can be some of the hardest resources to attain. I would like to invite innovative minds to find a solution, and we will be able to help millions of people worldwide.